Hello, I am Sagar. Today we are going to present our project which is a SMS spam classifier. In our problem statement, we had to classify spam messages and ham messages using data science. Our group is G32 and name and roll number of my group members are mentioned in this slide. When we deal with any problem related to human language, then NLP or natural language processing came into the picture. Basically, NLP is a branch of artificial intelligence in which we trace words or symbols which are used frequently by humans for their speaking. We can do several tasks such as speech recognition using natural language processing.
Hello, my name is Adesh Kumar, and now we have the basic knowledge of natural language processing, and I am going to present processes of natural language processing. The first process is the bag of words. The bag of word model is simplifying of representation used in natural language processing. The bag of words model is commonly used in methods of document classification where the frequency of each word is used as a feature for training a classifier. The bag of word model is mainly used as a tool of feature generation. After transforming the text into a bag of words, we can calculate various measures to characterize the text. For example, in this sentence, we divided this sentence into two rows and find the frequency of every row. Just like rain, frequency of rain is 1, frequency of paper is 1, and so on. The next process is tokenization. In uh, tokenization is a important part of the NLP process. Tokenization is a simple process that takes raw data and converts it into a useful data string. Tokenization is used in natural language processing to split paragraph and sentences into smaller units that can be more easily assigned meaning. For example, we broke this sentence into understandable parts, just like words are following. These are all tokens. The next process is stemming. Stemming is the process of removing suffixes and prefixes. Stemming is important in natural language processing. For example, the word traveled and travels is stemmed into word travel. And another example is caring. The caring word is stemmed into car, not in care. And next process is lemmatization. Lemmatization is the text normalization technique used in natural language processing that switches any kind of words to its base root mode. Lemmatization is responsible for grouping different inflected forms of words into the root forms having the same meaning. It is dictionary based approach. For example, the word traveling, traveled, and travels is lemmatized into word travel.
Hello everyone, my name is Saksham Mansal, roll number B21067, and I am going to tell you about data collection and data extraction. So from the link provided by our TA, we get this CSV file, and in this file we have 5 columns V1, V2, and 3 unnamed. So in these 3 unnamed, we have no any relevant data, so we have to remove these two. And in V1 we have the classification like ham and spam, and V2 contains all the messages. So we have used drop option to drop all these unnamed 3 columns and rename the columns v1 as label and v2 as messages. Now these columns have been changed to label and message. So label contains ham and spam, second one contains messages. Now we have used a length function. So we have drawn the graph of count of messages versus ham and spam. So we can see from this graph that the counting of ham messages is very large compared to spam. Now after using the length function we get these two curves. So this curve shows that the length of messages of ham is around 50 maximum, and while the in spam the maximum length of the messages is around 160. So we can observe that the length of spam messages are very large compared to the ham messages. After that, we used word clouding. So what in word clouding we write all those words which are repeated, and according to their frequency we have given their size. So we can see that okay, will, go, now, these are repeated very frequently. So these are very large in size for spam ham messages. For spam messages, we can see now, call, free, text. These are repeated very frequently. So these are a very large size. Now after that, that will be completed by our team member Neha.
After data extraction and analysis, we move forward to data preprocessing. Myself, Neha Rani, roll number B21058, would like to discuss about data preprocessing. So, what is data preprocessing? Data preprocessing is a step of data analysis process that take raw data and transfer it into format that can be understood and analyzed by a computer. So, question arise, why we need data preprocessing? As real world data is very large and noisy, so first we have to remove redundant data, and because it increase the calculation and efficiency will also decrease. Also, you can see first level have two uh, uh, two attributes, that is spam and ham. Computer cannot understand string format, so we convert string into number, that is spam messages convert into number 1, and ham messages convert into 0. In data preprocessing, there are many things we have to treat them same, like number 234 is treated as number, and there is no difference in meaning between capital letter and small letter. Therefore, replace them with lowercase letter, or symbol like dollar is converted into money symbol, and at the rate like address is converted into email address. As you can see, capital G is converted into small g, and 2 is converted into number. So now, what is stop word? Stop word are words in stop list which are filtered before or after processing natural languages data because they are insignificant. Uh, you can see in messages until, only, are removed, in, to, are removed after pre-processing data. Stop words are removed because these are insignificant uh, in our data. Lemmatization is a very important part for data preprocessing. What is lemmatization? Lemmatization is used to convert word into their root form. Lemmatization resolve word to their dictionary form, for which it requires detailed dictionary in which the algorithm can look into and link word to their corresponding dictionary form. So question arise, why we use lemmatization over stemming, although both have same use. The stemming is the process to reduce the word by changing prefix and suffix of word, but in lemmatization, uh, mm, word converted into their root form by use of proper dictionary. In stemming, for example, in caring, after stemming caring word, it convert into car, uh, which completely change its meaning. But in lemmatization, after use of dictionary, caring convert into care. As you can see in messages, joking word converted into joke after lemmatization, and lives converted into life.
Hello there, I am Suraj Raj, roll number B21071. So after pre-processing, we move towards data modeling. Data modeling is basically organizing data into the formats we want. It is same as how we organize books in libraries. Now here what we used is tokenization and splitting the sentences in words for further modeling and stored them in bag of words. So this graph shows top 15 most occur words in our CSV. Now we used TF-IDF, that is term frequency and inverse document frequency. Some words occur many times in a message but not so relevant for classification of messages into spam or ham. To find the relevance of a word for classification, we applied TF-IDF algorithm. This table shows the words and its relevance. The column shows all the words after tokenization and rows shows all the messages. The values in the table shows the relevance of a particular word in a particular message. Now, in supervised machine learning, we need to split the data in training and testing. Here, we splitted 80% of our data as training data and the rest as testing. Splitting the data, the first model we used is naive Bayes model. Here, the word naive represents that the occurrence of a certain attribute is independent of other. And Bayes model is simply based on Bayes theorem that predicts the probability of a message to belong to a certain class, that is spam or ham. The accuracy we got in naive Bayes model is 84.93%.
Hello once again. I am Sagar. Now further we will talk about logistic regression model. Logistic regression model basically estimates the probability of an event occurring such as someone is voted or not. So by this model, we can evaluate the probability of something lying in some specific class or not. Now it may be of different types such as binary, multimodal or ordinal logistic regression. Now through Python inbuilt function, we implemented it in our model. Then accuracy of model came about 98%. So this model is better than the previous one. As we tried different models in our project to test which will be most accurate for our data. So random forest is also one of them. It is a supervised algo for classification. In random forest, n number of random records are taken from the set having k number of records. Then individual decision tree are constructed for each sample. Now on the basis of majority, it generates the output. As Python have its own random forest classifier inbuilt function, so we used it. Now we can see its accuracy is slightly higher than the previous one and highest in all. So we used it in our model.
Hello everyone, myself Abhay Pratap and I am going to present the web implementation of our project. Once we are done with the data modeling, we need to create a form to take SMS from the user that the user want to classify. For that, we are going to develop a website using the Flask framework, which is a Python based development application. Now our web application directory will be composed of the following. Since we used three classifiers during the data modeling process, those were naive Bayes classifier, logistic regression, and random forest. We found out the efficiency of the random forest model was maximum. So we are going to use random forest model for classification. Our web app directory consists of three HTML pages, which I will be describing in the subsequent slides. Starting with the app.py file, after importing the modules like Flask, Pickle, Pandas, etc., we call our first web page, that is represented by index.html. It appears like this. It consists of two forms. One asks for the phone number from which the message is received, and the other is the SMS. Then after clicking the send SMS, it takes you to another web page. Clicking on the send SMS button takes us to the next web page, that is inbox.html. It appears like this. It shows you the number that you have entered in the corresponding message. Clicking on the predict button takes you to the prediction page.
Now the prediction page is the page where our actual model is executed. Now we model our distribution according to the pre-processed data. So again, when the user enters a new message, we need to pre-process it before we actually apply our model to it. So we take the message, replace the things that we replaced earlier, we convert it into lowercase, we remove the stop words and lematize all the words that are in the messages, and then we use modular predict and find the prediction. So after predicting, the output appears like this. If the SMS is considered to be spam, it shows this looks like spam. Thank you.